Hey, what up, boys and girls? We're back in business. Back to the car talks. Feels good. Man, it's been such crazy weather. It's like freezing cold in the mornings, freezing. And in the afternoons, it's boiling hot. Just gotta go with the flow, huh? It's all good. So, we are on day 15. I'm not even gonna bother showing you the page because the lighting will just jack it up. Well, you can kind of see it. I don't know. But day 15 is called Time, as you can guess by the title of this video. And it goes like this: the river, surging course, uninterrupted current, headwater, channel, mouth, can they be divided? This is really interesting, and I really like that question, can they be divided? Because it's like this: when something manifests, um, it's like that it seems or appears to have all these different components, that define it. However, actually, the real truth of the matter is these are all like sort of not components, but, and how do I put it? They are not pieces. How do I fucking put it? They are the same thing manifesting themselves differently depending on the circumstances that they find themselves in. That's what I mean. It's like it's the exact, okay, so they're using the image of water here. Water is just a molecule, H2O, and depending on how many molecules are in a certain area or what obstacles they encounter, it takes a different shape, and therefore people give it a different name. Ultimately, it's just the exact same thing. Like, you're attaching labels depending um, on a specific manifestation, which you need not do. You should just be able to like see it the way it is. That's kind of what I take from it. Okay. But let's get into the author's analysis. Each day we all face a peculiar problem. We must validate our past, face our present, plan for the future. Yeah, it's really easy to get caught up in the past, mistakes of the past, or adventures of the past, simultaneously wondering about the future. And it's very hard to just live right now. Okay. Those who believe that life was better in the old days sometimes are blind to the reality of the present. Those who live only for the present frequently have little regard for the precedent or consequence. And those who live only for the deferred reward often strain themselves with too much denial. I like that. So I know, like, in the whole, like, spirituality, like, community, there's this emphasis on living in the present. I really like this, and I've never thought of it like this. You need to embrace past, present, and future to have like a more thorough understanding of reality, because the past is as important as the present, in determining the future. And what will happen in the future often determines what happens in the present. Thinking of past, present, and future is a useful conceptual technique, but ultimately they must be appropriately balanced and joined. Yeah. We must understand how the past affects us, We should keep the present full of rich and satisfying experiences, and we should devote some energy each day to building for the future. Just as a river can be said to have parts that cannot be clearly divided, which is what we were talking about earlier, so too should we consider the whole of our time when we decide how to spend our lives. That's really cool. We should consider all time, timeless beings. I learned something today, and I really appreciate that. It's like I enjoy fantasizing about where the, the direction that my cultivation efforts will take me, possibly one day. I spend a lot of time thinking about that. And I've sometimes feel guilty because, it's not real, it's not concrete, it's fantasy, right? What the author is saying is that, yeah, the present is also important. So is the past, okay? Um, but the future is also important. And sure, even though you can't necessarily directly observe the future, it has its place in our lives. And I'm going to make an effort to embrace my time, basically. I like that. 365 Tao by Deng Ming-Dao. Daily Meditations. So, how are you guys doing? Let me know in the comments. I'm keeping these slightly shorter than I did previously because, I don't know, that's just the way it is right now. Perhaps in the future there'll be longer videos. But yeah, I learned a lot. Okay, one last thing. So, I really like the Neigong program that I'm doing right now. And I think it's extremely valuable. And the teacher is very, it's very present. On the other hand, I do need to, manifest some things into my life, just to have more freedom. But I know, even though they may not necessarily be mutually exclusive, it's very hard to do one with the other while at the same time doing work, you know. I think what will end up happening is I'm going to do a manifestation journey. I've decided uh, right now. I'm going to do a manifestation journey for the next, let's say, 7 months. 7 months is good. 210 days. And so I'll, starting tomorrow, I'll start including how my daily manifestation stuff is going along with the videos until I reach the place where I don't need to do manifestation anymore, right? So yeah. And usually like that's plenty of time to have dramatic life changes. And I'll let you guys know how it goes. Daily accountability. Anyway, thanks so much for your time, and I hope you have a great day or evening. Bye.